something's come up. I can't do this day, but I can do. And
100.
no matter what date she said to him,
He was free. He was
he
free.
was free. He
He
was
was
free.
free. He was free. What are you saying? What, Sean? A quick trim, yeah. So you're on now, fam.
Essentially, that's what I'm on.
It's a
Essentially, that's what we're
fresh
saying.
start to the month, fam.
No, that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. Yeah, what's it? New fresh start, new
Yeah,
thing.
fresh trim,
Nah,
fam.
for me, trims come based on it's two situations. Either there's an event that's come up,
100.
or there's a lack of bread. All the breads come in, either or. So
Yeah, yeah,
luckily,
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
happened to be that I got paid the same day that I needed a trim. So and I had an
Simple.
event coming up. So it's my what's it? My girlfriend's mum's birthday. So I was like, oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What was it saying, fam? Wait, it's today, innit?
yesterday. It was yesterday.
Simple. Oh yeah, true. Today's Tuesday, innit?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, word,
well,
word,
that's me.
word.
Today's Monday.
No word. But no, it's good. We went to what's it? Mini golf on Saturday. Quick
Simple.
one. Little family outing. It was nice. It was nice. Family and the neighbours, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was cold. If it was in Lakeside, yeah, John, we should actually roll there. It is
Do you know, I haven't been
amazing.
there in time, bro.
It was gently. It's cold. There's even like a place next to it called the Doom Bar, and I think
Right.
that's like I don't know, it's just like bare activities, like a arcade, like not an arcade thing. It's just like a interactive gameplay sort of thing. It looked
Right.
cold, but I would never have known it was there, and I've never been there, so I had no clue.
The last
Um,
time I went Lakeside was time ago. Like
yeah,
time.
yeah, it's just an inconvenience getting there, even getting there.
Simple. No, that's what it is, bro. It's just an
Just an
inconvenience. Like it's not
inconvenience.
even that deep. I just touched blue water in it. Like it's not even
Yeah,
that deep. Like
word. Lakeside, you gotta go under the bridge, you gotta go in the tunnel, traffic, then you gotta pay the
100.
dart charge on the way back. You gotta remember to pay the dart.
Simple. No,
I
it's
can't be
not.
asked, man. But yeah, no, it was cold. But yeah, no, for the people that don't know, last what was it? When did we go out for a meal? Friday.
Friday. Friday.
Yeah, yeah. Me, Johnny, and our boy Lachlan, we went to Nando's.
Simple.
Quick munch. Now,
Efficient link up, bro.
nah, efficient link up. I think, yeah. I came home and I was chatting to my mum. She was like, what's it? She was like, oh, how was it? Did you have a good time? I was like, yeah, no, it was good. It was good. It was good. And I was like, you know what, yeah. Sometimes those short, sweet link ups are the one.
No, it's true.
And it just made me think, like because let's say for example, like we're just busy now. It's just that's just life in it. You don't have time to be seeing your boys all the time as much as you used to. But
Word.
when you do see each other and it's like you got 1, 2, 3 hours, it's efficient. It's concentrated. It's
No,
it's
it's true.
it's Robinson's triple strength
Nah,
squash.
word.
It's sweet. So
Non-diluted, bro. Non-diluted.
non-diluted,
And to be fair,
non-diluted.
it's I can't lie. Obviously, people have different types of friendships and relationships in it, but I feel
Mm.
like the ones that can survive with just a 1-2 link up every couple months, those
I
are the
mean,
ones.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, you and me are very fortunate in the sense that we do this. So it actually, I don't know. It's not even that you can't be asked, but it's just sometimes life just gets in the way, and
Yeah,
it's
word.
just the opportunity to be able to see each other, speak to each other all the time. Like I was deep in, I speak to Lachlan bears, but
Hmm.
I can't remember the last time I saw him was nearly a year ago, which is
Time
mad.
ago.
Time ago.
Because I was even trying to think the last time I saw Lachlan. I think we went to cinema. It was whenever Doctor Strange came out. We went to the
Yeah,
cinema.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Time,
time,
time ago.
time.
But I wanted to ask you, how do you reckon that date finished, which we witnessed?
I can't lie. He didn't secure the bag, bro.
Nah,
100% no.
because
He
I
didn't
was actually
secure the bag.
deep in it. Like, obviously, we saw this couple. They must have been 13. I want to say 13, 13,
Maybe a
14.
bit older, Maybe a bit older.
Kind of like, it wouldn't be 13, 14. It would have been like 15, 16. I
I
reckon maybe
reckon like
like 15,
15. I reckon
16.
like a 15,
15.
max 17.
Yeah, Matt. That's pushing it. That's pushing it.
Yeah,
If
that's
he's
pushing
moving
it.
like that at 17,
But you never
then
know,
you never
They
know.
could be, because nowadays, yeah, actually, it's a bit of a mix, Because I was gonna say, remember when we were in year seven, yeah, the sixth forms were
Mm.
big, bro. But now,
Yeah,
if you look
no,
at the sixth
word.
formers now, they're
They're
all
kids.
small youths and that.
They're
So
kids. They're kids.
they could even be a 13, fam. You never know.
No, word.
You never know.
No,
But
word.
carry on what you're gonna say.
No, because obviously we saw this couple, and clearly it was like a first date sort of vibes, and
Yeah,
it made me laugh because we've all been there, and it's the first date. Quick, let's go Nando's. The fact it's always even the fact he said let's go Nando's. He said to his mum, I need a bit of bread. Right,
simple.
I need to take this girl out to Nando's. She's like, oh yeah, cool, cool. How much do you need? 30, 40 pounds, if that's
Simple.
all right. She's like, oh okay, no worries, no worries. Transferred them quickly before you went out. Cool. Dropped them off probably even. Dropped them both off. Mum, do you want to take us
100%.
there? Quick
100%.
one. So they get there now, and they're having their munch. prior to the munch now, he's walked in and I've seen his face and I know what's going through his head. It's two things. It's two things that's going in his head at the start of the date. First, it's okay. So how am I going to pattern the lips? How am I going to do this? And if I can't do it, what am I going to say to the man then?
100%.
What am I going
What's
to
he
say
gonna
to
say in the
them?
group chat? Because he
No.
definitely told them. He told everyone that he was gonna let him
Oh, he
confirm. I know he
told.
was gassed because I know that was a reschedule. I know the first time they planned, she rescheduled, bro.
Yeah, no, she's. Oh, I can't. Something's come up. I can't do this day, but I can do. And he,
100.
no matter what date she said to
He
him,
was free. He was
he
free.
was free. He
He
was
was
free.
free. He was free. 100%.
Nah,
And he
he
was
was
happy
free.
to be there, bro. He was
I'm
happy
just
to be
happy
there.
to be a word. He has probably has something very important that day as well. And he said, "Oh, no, don't worry, it's fine, I'll work around it. Cool."
100%.
So he's gone on his date now, taking this girl out, and they were both just sat on their phones, and I'm thinking,
Simple. That's how you. That's how I know when we cut and they were still there. That's how I know that he didn't panic because they were
you
just
didn't
on their
pattern
phones,
it.
bro. Yeah,
There
they were
was
just on their
no
phones.
engagement in the conversation whatsoever. Like there was none. There was literally. It was just. It
What,
was
Sean? Have you ever
empty.
had a situation like that?
No, I can't lie. I can't. That's why for me, always, even from early, I've never been on this uh, like let's like sit down. Or if we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have chats in it. Or I'll try and find something for us to do to fuel the
Right,
conversation.
right, right,
So
right, right.
I told you there was the same venue. Oh, Joe, when I look back at it, yeah, it's jokes. I remember going on a date, yeah, with this girl, and I
Were
think
you
it was
six
to
form? Were we six form this time? How old were we this time?
yes, we were sixth form, first year 12, year 12.
Man, Sean was active in these times, bro.
I remember, John. I remember I took this girl on a date,
Yeah.
and we went to the exact same place. But obviously, this place is not that many shops about. It's just you just go there, sort of thing. So I got dropped off. Same thing again. Asked my dad, Dad, I need a bit of bread. Had no job, so I was like, Dad, I need like £30. Cool,
Did you know you were
calm.
linking up? You were linking up with. What did you tell him you're doing?
I haven't told him. I
Oh,
haven't told
at
him.
this point,
I
yeah, at
thi-
this point,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. At these points, he was like, "Yeah, nah, it's calm. Do your thing, do your thing." Um, yeah,
Hey,
young
man, like your
Throughball.
dad, fam. Man,
Give me
like
that
your
one,
dad.
young Throughball, like
Simple.
KDB, quick one.
Simple.
So, yeah, no, he drops me off now, and you know the ones when you're waiting, you're like, "Oh, I'll be messaging her. I'm outside
Simple.
Nando's," and she was like, "Oh, okay, I'll be there in like 2 minutes." And my mom's just dropping me off, cool. And then it's like, "Wow, this is the first time I've actually seen her in the flesh,
I
now."
swear. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
it
okay,
was
okay.
first time. So obviously now link up, cool. I'm like, "Oh, hi," like give the hug, quick
Nah,
bye.
yo, nah, Sean, your dad. You weren't this different. You weren't this different this time, bro. Yeah.
No, word. I was like, "Hi, you right?" Cool. And then you just start walking. You just start walking. You don't know where you're walking. You just start walking like in a random direction. So we're not walking now. And I'm actually deep. I'm like, what are we doing? There's no shops here, John. Where are we going? So we start
No
going
word.
into all sort of shops, just
The
chatting.
range, just walking around from the range.
Yeah, walking around. And you know that like awkward dead chat where it's not even dead, but it's like you just gotta find like little things. You're like, oh, what do you say stuff? You say stuff like, I don't know, make a comment about what she's wearing. She'll be like, "Why are you wearing those shoes? Are dead, man." Why are you wearing that? She's like, "What do you mean?
Hey, shit, this
What do you mean
guy.
they're dead? What do you mean they're dead?" Oh, nah, you know what I mean? They're just dead in it. Like,
Look at yours. Look at yours.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yes. Well, like, go on, fam.
That's what I think. I've patterned it. Cool. So now we go into the range. Now, for those that don't know yet, the range is like, how do I describe the range? It's just how do I describe it? It's just home, like a home store. You just buy
Yeah,
stuff
it's
for
like
your house.
it's a weird shopping center, you know. It's
It
like
says it in the
one of a
name.
kind, fam. Yeah,
It
yeah,
says it in
word.
the name. It's just a range of stuff
Yeah, it's
in
just
the shop.
range, like
Like
literally, just
literally
everything kind
everything
of is
for
there,
your
kind of.
home. Kind of,
Yeah,
yeah. No,
you can
when we
even
went
get
into,
pet stuff there, bro.
yeah, no, what? So these times now, I said to her, I was like, cool, we'll be walking around the range. Literally, we're not buying anything in these shops as well. We have no bread. The only bread we have is the bread that's in my bank account. So
Simple.
at this
Oh,
point, we're
these
not.
times though, she was older than us, no?
No, she was all year.
Swear.
Yeah. It was just
Okay.
because she was on like another. Oh, are you thinking of the same person I'm thinking of? You know, I'm thinking of LC.
Yes, but I don't know why I thought. I don't know why I thought she was
You're
younger.
thinking of someone else. I know who you're thinking of, and it's K. Yep. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
one. That
yeah,
one's
yeah,
hot.
yeah, yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get. Yeah.
Hike. Sorry, yeah.
Hot, hot. So
Even I felt
obviously,
that one, bro. Even I
yeah,
felt
no,
that one, bro.
word. But I remember I said to her, I was like, cool, let's. We went and sat on these like benches. It was like these outside benches, like a swing set sort of thing. So we're sat indoors now on an outdoor swing set, and with the price tag is on the seat as well. We just sat there swinging on this swing set.
Did these men tell you to come get off?
These dogs at the range don't give a toss. They didn't care.
Simple, simple.
They
Didn't
didn't
care.
care. So we're in the range now on the swing set, and I'm thinking, yeah, cool, quick arm placement round the shoulder.
Swear, is that what you did? Is that man
Yeah,
like Gosha, fam?
why not? Why not? Around the waist thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, it's calm. Cool. So now we're chatting, and it's kind of like I don't know what we're even chatting about, but it's just
bro.
like just rubbish. And I'm thinking at this point, it's do or die. Like it's either we pat. I just like let's pattern this early, like early
Man said
doors
in the range.
in the range, John. In the range, I was like, say no more.
Yeah,
So I went in for it, quick one, bang. We haven't gone for the munch yet. At this point, I haven't even gone for the munch. So I've done that now. Cool. Quick one, quick lips. 1, 2. We go to the Nando's now, and yeah, we
yeah.
get to
That,
Nando's. Yeah, like, the way I was moving, John, I'm actually deep in it. Why did I do that? But here we are.
that word. But she allowed it though, so
She allowed it though, so I thought, minor, cool. So we go into Nando's now, and at this point, I'm gassed. I'm thinking, yeah, cool, minor. I patterned it, but at this point, I'm still quite nervous now because we've gone for the munch, and I'm ordering for her now. So
right.
she must have told me what she wanted, and I think I'm pretty sure it was like a wrap or something. And in my mind, I'm just thinking like I'm using cards and stuff I ain't used before like that too much. Like I'm literally just,
That word.
I'm
Oh,
literally
bro,
walking
this
up to
wasn't
the
even the
thing.
times where you could just order on your phone, was it? It wasn't
No,
them
no, no.
times, bro.
Phone,
You go up to the counter and you chat to them,
QR
innit?
code wasn't a thing, bro. QR
Simple.
code was not a thing. So at this point, now
Routed.
go up to the counter, and I'm like, cool. I've completely forgotten her order. I've literally completely forgotten. I ordered my thing, and then I said, yeah, I'll just have 2 of them, please. I've ordered myself a half, a half chicken.
No, sure, you're done. You're done.
I've ordered myself
You're
like a
done.
half chicken, peri salted chips, or I don't know what I
Yeah,
ordered.
you're done.
So cool. Free comes to the table now, and she's looking all perplexed. And I'm just like, what's the problem? And I've deeped that. Yeah, the order is wrong. It's completely wrong. But
You should. This
honestly,
done.
I didn't have the heart to tell her that. Oh yeah, I messed up. I literally was like, oh, do you want me to go make a complaint? I can go make. I was never getting up. I literally was. She's like, no, don't worry. And obviously now, when girls are faced with the amount of food that they cannot finish, she's moving all full before she'd even started. She was like,
Simple.
out of breath
100%.
of that. Out
No,
of breath.
100%. They start moving. Yeah,
You would
100%.
have thought she was gonna have a heart attack. She's like,
They always show the same signs, bro.
like poking it around and that. I was like, at this point, anytime I'm thinking, you can't waste the bread that I've asked my dad for. So I was like, give me the
Simple.
munch, I'll finish it. Cool, finish the munch now. And then we went to these by the pier bit, by the docks,
Yeah.
and what's it now? At this point, I'm thinking, yeah, that's my girl, man. Like at this point, I think this is it. Like I'm setting it.
It's
I'm
done.
settling
It's done.
down. I'm settling down. I'm thinking of the next 5-year plan. 5-year plan.
Simple.
That's what I'm thinking of, John. But yeah, cool. So now, obviously my dad's picking me up, and I think it's her brother, but no, her mum was picking her up. Cool.
Right.
John, do you know how childish you are? The fact that I thought I was a grown adult at this point, but the fact that we then walked to our cars, turns out my dad, her mum, never met each other, didn't know who each other were, happened to be parked opposite each other, John. So now
Simple.
we're getting into our whips, and we're like, nah, John, I did it, yeah. When I look back,
Hey, should.
so when I saw this date, I was like, yeah, the
Simple.
innocence of just being a child, yeah. Like even just thinking that this date is like the be all and end all. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to go up to that boy and tell him, just relax,
No, relax.
take it easy.
Yeah.
There's gonna be 5 more of these situations. Like, do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Yeah.
when you're that age, again, like we said it before, you think you're at the peak of the world. Like you think this is it. This is it. Life
Yeah.
is every action I do. I don't know how to even describe it. I think even when it came to my current relationship, that's why I deep. What's it? I think when I went into it, I was kind of like, you're gonna look back on this in 5 years, and let's say if it doesn't pattern, it was just a stepping stone. But at the time, when it didn't pattern after that, I thought, yeah, that's it now.
True. What even happened with that one, by the way?
Oh,
Fizzled.
it just fizzled. Like it was. I mean, like when you actually look back in it, it wasn't like we lived that close to each other.
It wasn't gonna bang. It just wasn't gonna bang.
None of us had a whip. It was just it just wasn't
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
But it just fizzled out. But at the time, it's like raw. When you're young, you invest a lot of time and energy into someone, chatting to them
100%.
day after day, throughout school, risking it all in school. You know, I could lose my phone. I'm
Simple.
risking it
Now,
all.
word.
Doing, doing,
All of
doing
that.
the
Yeah, all of the
blaze a pocket. Just
simple. And it's not even
teachers like
efficient. It's
teachers.
not even efficient. It's not even
It's not.
efficient.
It's not. If you actually look at what you're trying to do, like it's not worth the squeeze. The juice is
That's
not
not.
worth the squeeze at all. But I look back and I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, I
No,
actually
hundred
wouldn't.
percent, 100%.
It's
I even
learning
have a
curve.
couple of those. I even have a couple of those
Yeah, yeah.
situations. But to be fair, my one was different in it because I'm even deeper. Like I've never ever asked my parents. I'm trying to think, where did I even get my bread from? Sure,
Yeah,
because
no, I'm deep.
I never
Honestly,
asked my parents for bread to like go link up with someone. But I
yeah,
did
yeah,
pattern
yeah.
out a couple 1-2 1-2s in it. I'm
Mm,
even trying to think. Yeah, there was one time. Bro, there was one time. Okay, so I actually have a few. There's one
yeah,
time the same ends. You remember what we're talking about? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So obviously, I'm trying to think if this was before we patterned that link up. You know, because we patterned the link up in blue or in it
Yeah.
for the same John, bro.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I'm thinking, was that before or after? I think the blue or thing might have been. I can't remember, bro. I'm trying to think whether it was before or after.
I can't remember either. I
But
cannot
basically, obviously, so I was this day was even a good day for me, fam. It was
remember.
it was a good summer day, fam. The sun was
That
shining, bro. That was good.
song was
This was
beautiful.
probably just after GCSE, around them
Mm,
times there, yeah. So
mm,
obviously now we've patterned the link up now. Same ends, same ends.
mm.
But do you know what? Actually, do you know what? The link up was like, the island nearby. I'm not gonna say it, but
Yep, yep.
say no
Um,
more. So obviously, I don't know if she was living there or something, or she knew someone, or maybe one of her page was living there or something. But
yeah,
basically,
yeah.
the actual link up was like there in it. So
Mm.
obviously, I've gone there now. Patterned the link up 1-2, done the walk back. We probably did that same range route that you man did. The same route, bro. Same route.
It's a good route.
And
It's a
then to
good
be
route.
fair, I actually ended up going Subway, bro, because I was at this time I don't know why I was munching Subway's bear, so I was
Yeah,
munching a Subway thing. I even
yeah,
bumped into someone, man at Daniel. I don't know if you know him. He's
yeah,
Steve's, yeah. Bumped
yeah.
into him. What are you saying? You good
We
fam?
saying, we saying. Oh, is this your say? Yeah, I swear. Is that you're on?
I just don't worry about that one. Yeah. What are you saying? I'll shout you in it. I'll shout you. Yeah. I'll shout you. Don't worry. I'll shout. Don't worry. I'll shout. Yeah. I'll shout you, bro. I'll shout you. Yeah. Say
Yeah,
no more,
word,
fam.
word,
In a bit,
word,
fam.
word,
Yeah.
word.
So obviously, I've done my thing there. We were in the range and that. Simple. We did the same route that you man did, bro.
Mm, mm,
Same route. And obviously now I've got the bus there now, innit? So
mm.
I see what I typically do, Sean. I do the front end, bro. You went for it up front. I go for it at the end. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So
word,
that's a
word.
natural progression in it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
obviously now
word.
man's chilling. Like I said, it's time to cut now. So I'm chilling at the bus stop. And now I'm thinking, I'm looking at the timetables, and the bus is due to come any minute now, bro. So
Yeah.
it's now it's game time, innit? It's
It's
game
a
time.
race against time now. Or now
Yeah,
it's a race against time.
it's a game time. So I'm trying
Yeah,
to think about how I planned it, but I must have been sitting down, and then she must have been like in front of me like this, innit? Do you get it? Do you get it? Like kind
yeah,
of like
word, word. I hear that.
then
I hear that.
then I remember Sean, I was so gassed, bro. I said, you see this life thing? I've completed it, bro. Like
Yeah, word. It's done.
all of the
It's
levels,
done.
I've completed, bro.
Yeah, no, it's
Completed
done
it.
now. It's
Simple.
done.
Because you know what even happened after, bro? The bus
What?
even took long, bro. So I was even there more time, bro.
Yeah, you were
Did you get it?
chilling.
I was even there more time, so I went for the second round, fam. Did you get it?
Yeah, no, quick one, just to make
And then
sure.
sure, obviously now when the bus comes now, just before you got the bus, another one, fam. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I remember on the bus journey home, Sean, I was so happy, bro. You know the words you're letting the grandma sit down. Oh, did you want to sit down? Yeah, you could have.
Yeah, no, word. I'll stand.
I'll stand, no worries, fine. So I was happy now, bro. I was on the bus journey, just looking out the window, fam, happy with myself, enjoying life. Sun was shining. It was a good day, bro. It was a good day. But to be fair, even that one fizzled out. So to be honest, I was telling you this when we were Lachlan in it. Like that one, I have no clue. Like, how did that even happen? Because we're literally from different worlds. Do you get like
Yeah,
different
no, no,
worlds?
no, no, no. That's the thing as well. It's the you. Oh, it's actually mad when you think about it because school puts you in situations to be around people that in
True.
reality you look back on now. There's no reason why you and her should ever like.
There's no reason, bro.
There's no reason. It makes no sense. But something about school just brings communities together
True.
that
It's
are
true.
just not meant to be together. But
100%.
like I look at it now, there's no way at the time when certain things have happened with certain people, you think, oh yeah,
Hundred percent. You're even
we're actually
calculating how it's gonna bang, bro.
yeah,
Like,
we're
yeah,
like,
this is
oh,
gonna
you
work.
think of it in a year's time we'll be at this point, oh, you know what, yeah, I'm going uni there, she's going uni there. Oh, I can
Simple.
pack a quick train, it's calm.
Simple. Simple.
And then you look at it now and it's just like, what the heck? wow, that woman has struggled with the parking. You know,
Simple.
parking, yeah, is it actually that deep for some people?
It's not deep, but at the same time, for some people, it's that deep. You know,
No, John,
like
a Ute has got out the whip and is trying to help her park.
parallel.
Yes,
Yeah, that parallel
that
thing.
is crazy. But yeah, no, there's some situations where you just look at it and you think, how are we ever in the same room together? Like, and you
Mm.
look at, like, I think I saw her actually not too long ago. Um, it was in passing because she's friends with uh, what's her name? The season. Oh, even another one. The season. You know the season. What season are we about to come to?
Simple. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
simple, simple,
cool.
simple.
She's
Yeah, I
friends with
understand.
her. So I think I
That
saw
makes
her
so
like,
much sense. Yeah, that makes so much sense now. It's making
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, word, word, word.
makes so much
So I saw
sense.
her in passing. I was just like, how the heck? There was a point where you and me were so invested into each other, and now, like, what, 7 years later, you know, John.
It's even nuts, bro.
When you think about it like that, it's actually deep. Like 7 years just flew by, and you
Do you know what I
completely
find so
forgot.
nuts? Like you just mentioned that, yeah, is how
Mm.
at some point someone could be like the most important person in your life, bro. As in like every single day communications, bro.
Word,
Morning, night communications, bro. And then before you know it, strangers, as in complete strangers.
complete. It's
That is
deep.
extremely nuts.
Do you think there's a such thing as like a soulmate?
Uh, oh, it's a tough question.
Or question before I even get to that, do you think the soulmate and the one are the same thing?
I think that there's most. Jeez. I think,
Yeah, you
I
gotta be
think,
careful.
yeah, now word. I think practically speaking,
Mm,
there is one person that out of everyone in the world would be the best
suit.
person.
Like,
Yeah, the best suited for you out of everyone in the world. Yeah, not, like just out of everyone, she would be the
mm,
best, most suited person for you.
mm,
Now that being said, I think there's a threshold whereby if you're over this threshold, you have a high chance that you could pattern something long term that would work long term, right? Until death do us part. Simple. And I think
yeah,
there are a handful of people, depending on who you are, and depending on how yeah, depending on who you are, and then also depending on how you've kind of worked on yourself as a person, there is a handful of people that could fit that category. There's a
mm,
handful of
mm,
people,
mm.
and then within those people, to meet one of those people, like if you genuinely meet one of those people, I think that's what people say. Yeah, he's the one, or he's the one.
Mm.
And I agree that yes, he's the one, but there probably could be another one. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
But
fitted.
within the context, she's the one. And then, objectively speaking, out of everyone, there is someone that is going to be, yeah, the most compatible. Now, in terms of soulmates, it's a good question, you know. It's a
Mm.
good question because I want to say,
It's difficult, you know. Like when you actually think about it, like even like what you just said now about like the one, like it's such a. I think, like you said, there's 8 billion people on this planet. Yeah,
simple. It's 8 billion,
it's
bro.
it's the same thing with like combinations. Like let's say for example you've got I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Okay, let's say there's like you've got a tree, right? You've got a
Mm,
tree. Now you can cut down this tree, right?
mm.
There's many ways you can cut down a tree,
Yep.
but there will be an optimal way to cut down the tree. That's
Based on
gonna
what you're trying to do,
cool.
yeah. Based on what you're trying to do,
Based
yeah.
on what you're trying to do, there's gonna be an optimal way to cut down this tree.
Yep.
But however, there are other ways which might not be as optimal,
Simple.
but you will still achieve the same
Yeah,
objective
the
of
tree will
getting the
fall
tree
down.
down.
What the
It
tree
will
will fall
fall
down,
down.
yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is you are a tree cutter and you're not an expert. Like, let's say, for example, you've just started the job. So you don't know
Yeah.
all the possible ways. You just know whatever. I don't know how to describe it. You're just using your intuition at this point, basically.
Simple.
You don't have a handbook, you don't have a guide that's telling you to say this is the optimal, whatever. So you can only do what you know. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
if I gave you the handbook, of course you're going to find the most optimal way to save you the most time, save you the most money, whatever. But you've got no handbook. I'm just saying to you, off your knowledge that you know so far, just
Yeah.
do the best you can. So the best you can do is, let's say, I don't know, you use like I don't know, you use just like a saw, you cut down the tree, and cutting down the tree, there's a bit of damage elsewhere, but you got the tree down, cool. But then I come tell you, oh, but hang on, there was actually this method that which you could have used. Now,
Hmm.
what you done was the best you could possibly do, though. Do you get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That combination was the best thing suited for you at that point of time. But there's no way you could have ever known of another combination
Right.
unless I gave the handbook.
Right.
Which is
Right.
always
Right. Right. Right.
it's always like hindsight, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? So
Nah.
now I
Word.
look
Word.
at it
Word.
when it comes to the one, I always think like there could be multiple the ones like you said, but I can't travel the world to find that one.
Hundred
Like
percent.
being realistic, there's no way I'm gonna be able to go right down every road, nook, cranny in this world to find the absolute perfect one.
Right.
But you could have just got lucky and found it without even needing to use the handbook. Do you
Hundred
get what I'm
percent.
saying? So
Hundred
it's
percent.
difficult. It's difficult.
No,
I
it's
just
true.
think
It's a weird. It's actually a weird. Like this is actually a very philosophical question. It's
nah, it
very,
actually is. I actually do think
it's very
it's mad.
philosophical
It's
because
mad.
at the same time though, and I could even say this with the person I'm with now in it. Like,
Mm.
do you know there's some people where it's just like we're on the same page fundamentally, bro. Like
Hmm, hmm.
fundamentally, we're on it. Like as in our personality is just like fused, bro.
Mm.
Obviously, naturally, when there's two people, yeah, there's gonna be because you don't have the same life in it, so there's gonna be challenges and a
Mm,
couple
mm,
conflicts
mm.
here and there, a couple one twos. But like, I do think that there are some people, and you see some partners where it's like these man, they actually properly complement. Like it works too sweetly. Do you know what I'm saying? It's
Too
just too
sweetly.
sweet. So I
Yeah,
guess when you see that, some people are like, oh yeah, that's a soulmate thing. Like,
but it's
I
difficult
don't
because
know.
I think even with that, for example,
Right,
everyone like no one's ever gonna have all the pieces of the puzzle that you
right,
want. You know what I'm
true,
saying? So
100%, and that's even
100%.
true.
But there's always going to be certain things. So let's say, for example, you've got like two people that you're with, you've been with, for example, the two, and let's say there's four traits that you need for like the perfect person, the perfect girlfriend or whatever, perfect
100%.
wife. Both only have two of each, for example. So like this person A has two traits that you like, person B has two traits you like, but the two traits you like of person A are more fundamental to you as a person than
Simple. That's it. That's where it is.
person B. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's what it
So
is.
neither have but all of them, but it's just
100%.
are you willing to um uh
Sacrifice.
sacrifice these two for these two? Do you get what I mean? And
100%.
try and I don't know, compensate for them basically. Because like for
Yeah.
example, I even look at the person I'm with now. Does she like tick every single box to do with me personally? Probably not. But there's certain
Right.
traits which the traits that she doesn't. I'm willing to sacrifice those two traits
100%.
and supplement them with I don't know, working things out, negotiation,
100%.
whatever, to make it work. Whereas there's some people where I've been before where it's like you tick every single box apart from
But
this one
one which is
fundamental
key.
thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
cannot, I
100%.
refuse. I will
Those
not,
are the non-negotiables, bro.
no non-negotiables. Do you get what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard. I don't think you can ever think there's like, oh, there's this person, the one for me, and kind of it helps in this situation. Even like with this guy, for example, like this boy that we saw, he probably is going to end this date now. She might have been absolutely amazing, for all we know, but
100%.
he's going to think, she doesn't really do this, but oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We get along on so many other traits, it's fine. But bro,
True.
if that's not if that's a fundamental for you,
And it's hard. The thing is, though, you can never really know what your fundamentals are until you properly work on yourself in it. Like you have to.
for real.
You can't find. I think the challenge is, yeah, a lot of people try and find what they're looking for without knowing what they're looking for. Do you get
Mm,
it?
mm,
So it's like they're just going out and just seeing what's out there and being like, oh well, we'll see how it goes. But you actually kind of
mm,
have to like sit down and say no. Like actually have to know what you're looking for before you find it. Because if you don't know what you're
mm.
looking, yeah, just relax. Like just relax. Like it's not by
Right.
force. You don't need to be with someone. Just
It's not.
relax. Work on yourself. And I
No,
think,
what?
but when you do that, it starts to become more clear. But you know what I was gonna say? Yeah, I was listening to one
Yeah.
pastor some time ago, and he said something. I'm
Mm,
gonna butcher the words, but the point he was saying is that you can be in a relationship, in a marriage with the wrong person,
mm,
and that marriage can still be successful, more successful than someone in a marriage with the right person. So it's like even if you marry the wrong person, yeah,
mm,
it comes down to how you both act within the marriage and like how your work, like the way you operate
mm,
within the relationship. That
mm,
could mean that even if it's the wrong person, it still banks. Whereas you could have married your soulmate, but because you don't pattern like marriage actually as a thing or relationship, whatever it is, like something that you actually have to work on in it. Like it's something that you have to properly like work on every day in it. So let's say you don't pattern that, even if you found your soulmate, it's not gonna bang.
No word
That's,
for real.
yeah, it's not gonna bang. Yeah,
Because it's the same. You got to look at it's like a business.
literally
You can have someone that you absolutely hate, but both of you work so well together
simple,
that you manage to firm it. But there can be
100%.
someone that you rate as a person, but your work rate, because of your actual how well you get along, it impacts on the efficiency of your work, which means
Right.
that as a business scheme or a company, whatever, it doesn't pattern. Do you get
Mm,
what I'm saying?
mm,
So,
mm, mm.
like you said, some people like I know I've been in so many situations, even just working, where I've seen two people that don't actually like each other, but when you actually look at it as a system, it patterns
Bangs.
every single
Yeah,
time.
bangs. No word, it
They
bangs. Yeah,
don't rate each other in the slightest, but when it comes to work, it always works out. Do you get what I'm
100,
saying?
100.
But it's
It's even
actually
true.
the relationships where it's inefficient. Like I knew this system where there was these two girls that were working. One of them was more senior than the other one, and the less senior one was working for her. But because they were boys, the one that was less senior took advantage of the fact they were boys and would not do work. She wouldn't do this. She wouldn't do that. But because of how good they got along, it was a
Mm,
situation where the more senior one allowed it theirs basically, and in the end,
right.
the
Does
one
bang, bro.
she got let go because they were like, this is inefficient. You get
Yeah,
along,
word.
which is what everyone thought was going to be perfect because how well you get along. But when it comes to this system which we're trying to build,
It's not banging, bro.
doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work at all.
So, Sean, what do you think? Yeah, obviously we're not married, and obviously like, we're just figuring out as we go along in it.
Mm,
But some could argue that, for example, even in your situation, you have more of
mm.
a successful relationship than a lot of people. We can argue that.
You could
So, what would you say,
argue.
just from your perspective, like, what would you say is like some of the keys that you've noticed, or that you'd
It's
even
just
maybe either give to yourself when you're younger or anyone in terms of just your advice?
I think people need to realize that you and your partner are never, ever, ever fully going to be on the same page. It's just not
Right,
going to happen
right,
because you got to think let's say, for example, you're meeting someone now at the age of 20. You
yeah,
have 20 years of life experience that the other person does not have.
right,
Like you've gone through 20 years of things that the other person will never go through the exact same things that you've gone through. So to actually be naive enough to think that we're always going to be on the same page, we're always going to understand where each other are coming from. We're not. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong or I'm right and you're wrong. However, it needs to be a thing where you need to understand that this person's 20 years experience is valuable to them
hmm,
and it helps them make the decision that they make, and I
hmm,
have mine that's going to help me make the decisions I make. And it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It sounds bad because I'm not trying to compare like relationships to like a business, but it kind of is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if
right,
someone comes in now who's worked in this other firm that's got 20 years experience, despite not working in my firm, I can't discredit what they've learned. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there's going to be
right,
things that they've learned which might be valuable to me, and things that I've learned that are going to be valuable to them. And I think too many times people will forget that and think that relationships are meant to be a thing where we all need to be on the same page for things to work out. Like you need to understand exactly what I'm saying. And I think as once people start to realize that, okay, cool, that is not my point of view. Because sometimes the logic just doesn't make sense. Like, and
fam.
there's times where logic is not aligning. Like, I think everyone's been in that situation where it's like someone says something, you look at them, you're like, how does your
How?
brain
Yeah,
function like
literally.
that? Like, how?
Like how? Yeah, literally. Like, isn't
Like, how?
sometimes where that the logic that they use is just the complete opposite of your logic. Like, no, exactly. That's my point. Like, how? It's like, yeah, like the
Like, word.
complete opposite, bro. Like,
Like it's like
100,
you could read the exact same line and it just not they come up with something completely different to what you're saying,
100%,
and it's like
100%,
how is that possible? But it's because they've not gone through the same things that you've gone through to
for
see
sure,
things the same way that you see them. So
for sure.
it's accepting that and being like, cool. But yeah, no. What's yours? What advice would you give?
Um, no, it's even a good point you mentioned there. I think oh, it depends, innit? I think knowing. I think it's having clear, like being clear in the things that you expect. I think it's like communicating expectations really well. It's communicating,
Hundred
yeah,
percent,
expectations really well, yeah, and it's
100%.
being clear. Like, this is what I expect.
Mm,
This is what you expect. Are you okay with that? Yeah, I'm okay with that. This is what I expect. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with your thing. And then actually doing that, and then
word.
it's the constant. It's even like I don't know. Like,
I
and the
get what
thing
you
is,
mean.
I'm not even.
No,
Yeah,
I get what you
I'm
mean
not
because
even
I
an
think
expert at all. But I just
even
say
even
like,
even with that expectation, I think there's nothing wrong. I think people are too afraid to get to the point very early on in a relationship. But sometimes, like you said, saying all this stuff from day dot,
from day
it
dot, bro.
it
They don't.
avoids needless delay, all this
100%.
all this because people like to beat around the bush when you first start seeing someone. You don't want to potentially say something very controversial that might put them off.
Mm.
However, if I've just met you and I tell you where I stand, things I expect, and you can't pattern it, I've not had any investment into it at this point. I've not
Simple.
invested
It's way
any
better
love
that way. Yeah.
word because then at that point, if you say to me, "Oh no, I can't do it," fine.
Hmm.
I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. We've not built up a relationship where it's like which is what a lot of people end up doing, where they beat around the bush, don't really
Too
say their
much
point,
emotional
and then
attachment, and then
now
now,
you
yeah,
now expect someone to now say, "Cool, this is what I expect," and then now they're gonna be like, "What the hell?" Because you've
simple.
not expressed that to me at any point, and now, however long into it, you want me to now just expect me to do this thing which you've never expressed to me before. So
100%.
I think people need
One
to,
thing I try to do, yeah, don't know what your thoughts are on this, innit, but I try to do like, especially from a guy's perspective, innit, like I try to do as much of the logical processing before the emotions come in, bro. Because once the emotion comes in, you're just blind, bro. Like you're
yeah,
just
you're
stuck.
blind.
So basically, you just try and do as much. You have to do. I try to front. You try and front end as much as possible, like front
Mm,
end all of those decisions, all of those questions, all of the vetting process. Yeah, like to get their security clearance, you have to do that before, bro. Do you get it?
no
Like you
word,
have to do all of
word.
that before. Ask the questions, understand what the situation is, and then try and go from there in it. But to be fair, like I think obviously with time in it, like imagine 20 years from now, perspectives change. You'll be like, all right, cool. This is actually no, this is actually the source. So we'll see in it. We'll see how it goes in it. But I think
No,
generally speaking, that's what it comes to like communicating expectations.
no
And
word.
it's communication, bro. It's communication, expectation, and then having the same vision overall for life. Like being on the same like I agree with what you said in terms of like you're not gonna be 100% on the same page with everything.
Word.
But generally speaking, you should be going in the same direction, on the
No
same
word.
outlook over of life. Do you know one thing I was even going to ask you? Do you believe in right person, wrong timing?
Uh, right person, wrong timing. Yeah. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of. But when I think of that, I also link it to the idea of like the grass is greener. Do you get what I'm saying? Like people think the grass is greener when it comes to like right person, wrong timing. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Okay.
like, for example, so okay, let's say for example I'm with someone now,
Mm,
and I think, oh yeah, uh, this person is perfect, but just not for me. Like right now, like with what
mm,
I want to achieve, what I want to do, whatever, whatever. Because I think people think the grass is greener based on the fact you're saying, "Oh, grass is green" in terms of another person could be better for you. But I also think of it in terms of like another situation just could be better for you than what the situation you're in now. But I personally don't believe in like I don't know any situation. I think if I was to meet someone that I 100% wanted to be in, it might not be right for me at that exact time, but I can make it work. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
I hear you.
that's personally what I believe because I don't believe in.
I hear you.
I can't like for me. There's no point in back and forth, back and forth. I don't believe in breaks. I don't believe in.
Simple.
Let's have
I don't
some
believe in
time to
that.
think.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's done. It's
I don't
done.
I
It's
don't
done.
need a
Yeah, it's done.
breather
Yeah, it's done.
because if I start getting used to situations where I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I need a break now because this is really overwhelming me or I've got this going on right now, so I can't give you all the time. There's gonna be loads of things.
Yeah,
Life is
that's
unpredictable.
true.
You get what I'm saying? How many breaks are
100%.
we gonna be on? So what?
100%.
We're gonna be 35 years married. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, right now. I
100%.
just need a little bit of a break. That's the whole point of what a relationship is to work through. I think if you go in any relationship and say, we need a break, just lock it off. Not even because you're saving each other time, but you can't predict what's going to happen in everyday life. Do you get what I'm
100. Do
saying?
you know what?
Situations you're in, yeah,
Go,
go on.
go, 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 go. I was going to say
I
something.
was in situations you're in now could be way worse in 10 years' time. And if you can't firm it now, then how else are you going to be able to firm it down the line? What's actually the difference? Do you get what I'm saying?
No,
So,
100. 100. Because I even
yeah,
heard, what I was even going to say is that, I don't know where I heard it, but they were saying it was even such a cold point. Basically, they were trying to say that when the situation is bad, or let's say you're busy, that's actually the better time to pattern it. Because if you can pattern it in that time, then when it's good, it's going to be a minor pattern. Do you get it?
yeah, it's a minor.
So
It's a
if
minor.
anything, you see when it's like the times when you're like, oh yeah, nah, right now, no. That's when it's like, okay, cool. Within reason, and that's when you're like, okay, cool. If I can pattern this now, oh, it's going to be patterned. Do you get it?
Yeah, no, word,
So
for real. Because really, the
it's an
person that you're
interesting
going
one.
through, whatever tough times you're going through, the person you're with should be able to help you and themselves get through that situation
What do
together,
you think
isn't
about
it?
maturity though? What do you think about like, if it's a case where someone's just not mature? So let's say I don't know, you meet someone, yeah, and she's like genuinely the right person, but you're just not mature enough. And then in 2 years or 3 years, you mature and you're like, right, that was the right person. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it just depends on how you look at it. Because for me, I just think if you're not mature enough for me now, then you never will be. Do you get what I'm saying?
You think,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it depends. It depends. I think
what
if
if
it was
someone
like a
goes through an
massive,
absolutely life changing incident? Someone
yeah,
someone in the family dies, wherever it is, or do you know what I'm saying? Or and
mm,
it's like, yeah, they've actually changed. To be fair, this is actually another argument whether people change or not. But yeah.
yeah. Oh, it's tough. Yeah, see these philosophical questions. The
No,
English teachers, John. This
they
this
love
is
these
what the
ones.
English teachers. That's what they wanted us to be doing. They would be proud of us if
Simple.
they heard of
Man
that.
did we did the evaluation, but at the same time,
But at the
on
same
the
time,
other
yeah,
hand, yeah,
word,
wait.
word. If you think about it, no, it's tough because ah, they're so maturity. That's a tough one because I just think okay. I look, for example, I look at myself.
Hmm.
I look at the person I'm with. I've been
Right.
with them. Are you okay? You calm time?
Yeah, Karen, come.
I look at how we were when we met each other to how we are now. We've matured through the relationship. To get what I'm
Right,
saying,
right,
which everyone's going to do. Stars don't always align, right? I think that's just like not everything aligns. Your maturity levels are never going to be the same as the partner you're with. But
right.
if you look at it take a step back. If I look at the person I'm with now, her maturity levels are nowhere near as mature as she is now was when I first met her. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Swear.
she no, 100%. If I look at, but then I think I'm not as
Would you
mature
say
as I
you're
was.
mature or she's more mature?
I think
Or
there's
literally
things she's more
the
mature
same.
in. There's
Right.
certain things, for example, like she just has a certain outlook on things which, like, even then it comes down to what's maturity, bruv? What is maturity? Like when we come down to when someone says you're not mature enough for me, what does that actually mean?
Do
Do
you know
you
what
get what
it
I'm saying?
is? Do you know? I would say what it can mean is that typically maturity comes with knowing what you want and being serious about having something long term. So
Oh, well, in that regard, 100%. If we're talking about that, I think yes, because I think the person I'm with, I remember we said to each other from the start, we were like, if it's not for good, then what are we doing it for?
100%, 100%. But at the
I,
same
I,
time,
I
then from that branches out other things. So for example, maturity
yeah,
could be okay. So oh no, it's a good point though. Maturity can be so many things because maturity could also be
because I think people use that as a
understanding.
scapegoat, you know.
Fair
A
point,
quick
you know.
quick scapegoat. If your opinions don't align with mine, or you don't want to do this because I want to do this, that means oh no,
Right.
you're immature. No, they're not immature. They just don't understand your point of view currently. Do you get what I'm saying?
But do you
Like
think do you think part of maturity is being able to understand other people's opinions? So like part of being mature
100%.
is do you know what? I can even see where she's coming from, fam. Do you know what? Like I don't even agree, but I
I
can
can
see.
see. I can
Yeah, I
see.
can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's tough. There's so many things where you have to look at. It's like maturity is so many things. I think maturity is like comes down to things like compromise or learning
Right.
to like avoid conflicts, or even sometimes when you know you're on the right, just being like, you know what, for the sake of peace, let's just whatever. Or like let's do you know this maturity is whatever you define it to be. And the problem is some people don't like to use it as a scapegoat and just label everything as like, oh, if you don't understand this because I understand it, or if I have this point of view and you don't have the same point of view, it means you're immature.
Hmm.
When I think of like immaturity, I think of like I don't know. I just don't think of it as the point where we are. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if let's say even for example, an example, yeah, what we're
Hmm.
saying. Let's say we have two people, and one of them is a guy,
Hmm.
and he's committed fully to a relationship with this girl. And let's say the girl now, she is kind of like she likes the guy, but she doesn't want to commit to him fully,
Right.
and she still wants to be able to date other people,
Right.
do a thing. Cool. Now, there's two ways you can look at it. You can say the guy probably is going to say that, oh, you're not of the same maturity level as me because you
Right.
don't want to commit to a relationship or whatever, whatever.
Right.
Cool. You can look at it like that, or you can look at it from the girl's point of view and think that you know what, maybe she's the mature one. How about that? You didn't think about that. How about maybe she's the mature one? And I'll tell you why she's potentially the mature one.
Yeah, good.
Because my mum said it to me time ago. Yeah, she was kind of like, there's two ways you can look at like growing up and like seeing people. Some people like to go down the option of like they find their one true love and that's calm, and everyone says, oh, that's the right thing to do. Or there's other people that like to date around a bit and then end up being with someone. Both people can end up cheating, you know. For example, like both people can. The people that are with someone well, you can even argue more time. The people that like to see a lot of people might end up cheating less than the people that stick to
It
the one
depends.
person.
It depends. You know,
It
that's
depends. It
that's very
depends.
debatable. Very debatable. It depends.
It's
It depends. Yeah,
debatable. It's
yeah, it depends.
debatable. But I think there's too much of a negative connotation on like people that like to like not play the field. I think this is such a very bad
But do you know
way
what
of
it is? Do
looking.
you know what it is though? Do you know what it is? I think there's a difference between getting to know a lot of people
Mm,
and this now it becomes again a whole philosophical moral debate. But there's a difference between that and like just sleeping around, bro. Or just being as in say
100%.
a J, bro. Do you
Yeah,
get what I'm saying? So that's a
straight.
completely different situation. So it
But
depends, innit? But I hear what you're saying.
sometimes you think like, let's say for example, you're meeting someone when you're in your, I don't know, early 20s,
Right.
early 20s, let's say early 20s, like just turned 20. The person that's choosing to like, let's say date around or whatever, the guy that wants to be serious is going to say that she's being immature because she doesn't want to commit to something. But maybe she's trying to find the right person. Do you get what I'm saying? There's multiple combinations. Like I said, there could be multiple the ones necessarily, and maybe she wants to
Right.
get it out of her system to say, I know that I've explored all my options before committing to one person who potentially might not be the person for me. And at that point, now you're so invested in me, I'm so invested in you. We're going to go down a road where we don't really want to be in something, just for
Mm.
me to later on down the line break your heart, 3 kids down the line, be like, oh, sorry, this isn't for me. Do you get what
I
I'm
hear you.
saying?
I hear you. I hear you.
Maybe that's her being mature and thinking about, I don't want to put you through something if I'm not 100% sure. Not saying you're a
I hear
bad
you.
person,
I think.
all this sort of stuff.
Hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. Maturity comes down to, is there's two ways you can look at it. Do you get what I'm
I
saying?
think in that case, yeah, the maturity in that case comes down to the specifics in terms of how what is she promising the guy while she's still exploring the options. What is she promising?
Hundred
Like,
percent.
what is what's the expectation? What's the communication? Because if it's a case where she's moving as if to say like, no, he's the one, like, oh, and then
Yeah,
behind the scenes she's doing that thing, then that's immature. But if she's
that's
saying from
immature.
straight up, by the way, like, I'm still looking, bro. Like, I'm
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah. I'm not selling you a dream. I'm just gonna be
100%.
honest.
Then that's mature. Yeah, you're right. That is mature. But you know what it is though? Even to have that conversation, like clearly that's mature. To be fair, to say yeah, I'm being honest. Like
I'm being
this
honest.
is the
Yeah, word.
situation. Yeah, yeah. But what I was gonna say though is on a slide though. I'm not gonna lie. If you if you meet someone and they're not willing to like completely, because I can see both sides of the argument. But what I was gonna say is, and you can even push back on this. But I was gonna say if you meet someone and it's been a considerable time and she's still dating other people, just lock it off, bro.
Yeah,
Just lock it off.
yeah.
Like, and I'm
No.
like, and it's not even against her. It's not like it's just like you're not the one for her, bro.
What was that thing you were saying? About like what was it? We were saying on Friday. You were saying about a guy should never be chasing
100%.
the girl.
And what I was saying is that, and again, we're not experts, but this is just our
No,
personal
no, no.
personal
What?
experience. But I was saying that what I believe is that if you're looking for something long term, like if you're
Mm.
trying to do the sleeping around thing and that, okay, that's a different question,
It's
and I don't
different
really enter in
ballpark.
that. So yeah, that's I don't recommend that. Whereas, but
Yeah.
if you're actually looking for someone long term, then it has to be clear that she's into you, bro.
Mm.
Like not that she has to be head over heels from day one or whatever it is, but you shouldn't be like, I feel like the work shouldn't be getting her trying to get her to like you. It should be, how do we make sure this is patterned, and how do we make sure we're putting the foundations of the relationship. Do you get it? That should be the work, like
Hmm.
figuring out the how it's gonna fit together properly. Do you get it?
Yeah, yeah,
Rather
yeah.
than you putting in work to try and get her to like you. That's all long, bro. Like forget all of that, because if that's the work that you're doing, then it's just not gonna bang. To be honest, it's just,
You're constantly chasing.
yeah, it's not the pattern.
You well, you can never even move to the point where you're thinking about like the logistics of it because you're constantly now
Yeah,
thinking, oh, I need to make sure that
hundred
she
percent,
is going to stay by me before I even. And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
hundred
It's
percent.
actually hard. Like, when you think about it like that, but then what's your reasoning why you think it shouldn't be the other way around? You get what I'm saying?
Because, and this is gonna, again, this is controversial,
Mm,
because there's a few reasons. The
mm,
first reason is that I believe that naturally in a relationship, the male is the leader,
mm,
right? And so with that, what happens is, for the guy to be the leader, or for her, for the woman to even want to be led by someone, there has to be a certain level of respect that she has towards that guy.
mm, mm,
Now, if there's a case whereby a guy is blatantly showing that he cares, he wants a girl way more than she wants him, I feel like a lot of girls will lose some respect towards that guy, bro.
Mm.
Even if they don't say it openly, like behind the scenes, it's like yeah, it's a bit done out. Like it's a bit like whoa, what's going on? And so
Mm.
what happens is you get a situation whereby this guy who in his natural state is going to be the leader in his natural masculine role, he's going to be the leader, but he's actually now he's becoming more feminine, and she's
Mm.
now more of the leader in the role, and that's not even her
Mm.
natural role. And so what happens is basically it can kind of stay for a little bit, but eventually either it doesn't bang or they carry on together, but he's not happy and she's not happy.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? The other thing that I heard, yeah, which I didn't even make this up, but I've heard this argument, it's kind of interesting, is that basically, kind of as you mentioned with the girl that's dating around, yeah, women
Mm.
typically will if they feel like they can get someone better, they're always going to look for someone better until they genuinely find someone that like, this is my limits, my peak. Do you
Mm.
get me?
Mm. 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 Mm.
So if it's a case whereby like the guy is is likes the girl way more, that means that in her mind she's still thinking, you know what, this I could probably get better than this guy, or there's probably I don't know something about that. I can probably find someone somewhere else.
Yeah, no.
Whereas what I'm hearing is, and you could push back on this, but the flip argument is that with guys, even if a guy feels that he could get someone better, a guy's more likely to stick just for the cause, just for the cause, because guys are more logical rather than emotional,
Mm.
generally speaking. So
Yeah, yeah.
typically, you add those things together, and it makes sense. Obviously, you don't want it to be like a fat difference, but usually,
Mm.
ideally, like I just say, like typically, at least it should be clear that she's into you, and that's what I would say.
No, 100%. And I think it's also just comes down to the point of like guys just don't have the same options that women have.
True,
They don't.
true.
Like
That's
like
even
let's
that's very true. True.
let's not even beat around the bush now. We can say
True.
whatever we want to say, but if the average woman walks into a room
Very good point. Very good point.
and there's let's say 10 guys and she's let's say she's like look good
Anything
like
from a seven
looks
upwards, bro.
seven upwards, there's pretty much every single guy in the room is going to be like, yeah, I'd go on a date with her, whatever.
Simple. Yeah.
Because men do not have the same amount of options that women have. That
Really good point.
they're willing to um not lower their expectations, but they're willing to kind of take what they can get and work with it and nurture it to get the best they can out of the situation.
True.
Women, on the other hand, don't have that because they have a plethora of options. So
Plethora,
for
bro.
her, it's thinking, why would I nurture something and try and make it better when I could just get something
When there's
better?
already 100%, and I
There's
think
already
they should think like that. To be fair, I think they should. Like, I don't even think that's a bad
and
thing.
no, for real. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. And I think there's also still because this is the problem I have with like what's the word? Not with like feminism. I think I have no problem with feminism whatsoever.
Well, depends
Support
on what
it
type of feminism you're talking about, bro. Do you know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
100%.
Depends which one we're talking about.
Because for some reason I feel like feminism, yeah, in today's day and age, yeah, is not even trying to say, oh, um I should be earning more. I should be earning this. I should be earning that. It's saying I want all of this, but I still want the benefits of my man to be earning this much and to
Simple.
provide me this, to provide me that,
100%.
to provide me this, to provide me that. Cool. Right. So now all you've done is now you want like all this stuff for yourself, which is calm, but you still want the pressure of me to be able to provide for you, to protect you, to do all this sort of stuff. So,
100%.
and to be honest, I don't have whilst I think even for my partner, for example, I want her to be able to do well for herself, but I don't have an expectation for her to provide for me. Do you get what I'm
100%.
saying?
100%.
Okay, I just don't. Like I don't.
100%.
Like I want her to do well for herself. I want her to be successful. I want her to be able to do her own thing. But I don't have. There's in none of that. Am I thinking you're doing it for me? Do you get what I'm
100%.
saying? I still only
100%.
think, if anything, that's more pressure. Than now I need to. I really need to pattern what I'm doing
100%.
because I want you to succeed, not for me, but you want me to succeed and yourself to succeed, but you still want me to be able to
And the
provide
flip
for
side
you.
is, if she didn't achieve any of that, it wouldn't be a negative. Like, it wouldn't affect anything for you, bro.
It wouldn't affect
Yeah,
anything
it
for
wouldn't
me.
affect
You do it, you
100%.
don't do it. It makes no
Yeah, it
difference.
makes
You
sense.
know what I'm saying? So long as I see
Yeah,
there's effort going into it, then calm, do
yeah,
your thing. But men just do have like a, I don't know. There's always like, am I good enough sort of thing.
100%.
Like, am
100%.
am I am I reaching your standards? And I think that's why when it comes down to it, and then let's say you find that one person that's willing to take that risk, that gamble on you, you're
Yeah,
like, cool, this person believes I'm enough. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So which makes us open to be like, cool, I'm gonna not compromise, not settle, but I've got to rate the fact that you rate me. Do you know what I'm
Hundred
saying?
percent. And do you know what it is? It's so true, and that's what I'm saying. That's what you need, isn't it? Like you need to
Mm,
have someone that you know has just like they choose you, bro. Do you get it?
they
Like they
choose
just
me.
yeah, they choose you. Do you get it? Like as in like I heard one thing one time, and it was so true. Basically, it was saying that see most dons, the average don is never going to be like the CEO. He's not going to be a king. He's not going to be someone important. He's not going to be a director. The average don in it. So at
Mm.
least in his relationship, or at least at home, he should feel like he's the CEO. Do you get it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
That's how you win a guy's heart, bro.
yeah, I'm
Do you
working
get it?
100.
I heard one pastor say, he said, if you can, this is how you win a guy's heart in it. Like if you
Yeah.
can, if he's the CEO, because at the end of the day, when he leaves the house, he's a nobody fam. They kick him around. He's waking his face, like you know what I'm saying. They kick him around. He goes to work. He has to do yes sir, and he has to speak to the manager. Do you know what I'm saying? But at least when he gets home, he should feel like even if he's not the CEO outside, at least at home. And not to say that he should like abuse it. No, no, no. But I'm saying
No,
that
no, no.
he should know that you're down for him, innit?
Like, yeah, he needs to know that out of everyone that doesn't rate him,
Simple.
you're the one
Yeah,
that
yeah,
does.
you're, you're the
You're
one
the
that
one that
rates him,
does.
100%.
You're the one
You're
that
the one that
does.
rates him.
You know what I'm
Because nobody
saying?
else rates him and nobody else cares, bro. Do you get
No,
it?
exactly,
Because, yeah,
exactly.
so
So
100.
when you choose me, I'm gonna affirm certain things because I think despite all the odds, there was how many people on this planet, John? 8 billion. There's
100.
literally 4 billion men you could have picked, and you chose
Me.
me.
100%.
So therefore, I need to pattern what I'm doing, and I need to nurture this relationship, and that's why I think men are very not. It's easier for men. Like men, that's why men don't really cheat. Like how do I describe? We don't try and get better because it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
when you're in a relation. When you're in a
100.
relationship, you're not cheating to get better. Otherwise, you would have just gone for that in the first place. If, for
100%.
example, if I had a wife, yeah, let's say for
Yeah.
example, not even a wife, let's say a girlfriend, because that's a wife's a bit deep. But let's say if I had a girlfriend, yeah, and there was someone, let's say, better looking and rated me as much as my wife does. Like she like, and let's say I'm not earning any more money. I'm
Simple.
just earning the same amount I'm earning. Cool, cool, cool.
Right.
I'd actually go back to my wife and tell her, but if you think about it, yeah, if you actually think about it,
Yeah.
this person is, let's be honest, slightly better. And
Mm.
they still respect me and love me for everything I am. They're not doing it because I'm earning a certain amount of bread. They're not doing it
Right.
because I'm the same guy.
Right.
These options don't come around all too often for guys like me,
Right.
you know.
Right. Right. Right.
You
Right.
get what I'm
Right.
saying? You get what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Whereas women, it's very easy for them. Like, I think men even there's a thing like women always say this stuff like men don't always cheat up. Like you see men, they'll cheat with people that are dead, like dead.
100%.
But it's just because they got some sort of validation from it. Women, they they, they stab and they twist, John. They stab and they twist. Because
No, I can't lie.
you know before you've even
Heartbreak. Heartbreak. Heartbreak.
before you've even seen the done, you know he's doing better than you. Like you know it
That's what I'm saying.
because there's not many people that she cannot get. So for her, it's
True.
why would I go down? I've got
True.
options.
True.
I'll go up.
True.
You know it's gonna happen.
True. And that's
But
the thing, innit? That's the thing. That's why obviously controversial, innit? But when a don cheats and when a girl cheats, it's not the same thing, bro. It's not the same
nah,
thing.
nah, nah, nah,
Both are
nah,
wrong.
nah.
Let's be clear in it. Both are wrong,
Both
innit?
are completely wrong.
We don't condone any of that, bro. But
Nah. If a woman
it's
cheats
different,
on
innit?
you, you know something's really not right in your relationship. Like something to get
Something's
her
done
to
up,
that
bro.
point, she no longer rates you. Like she
Simple.
just doesn't. She just doesn't.
Simple.
She no
Yeah, it's
longer
just
rates you enough to where like, the risk she
which is
made.
why I think it cuts the heart so much, bro. Because
Yeah,
here's the
nah,
thing, like a
word.
don obviously is deep in it and we don't condone it, but a don could genuinely still love his wife or whatever and cheat. Like
Hundred
it was
percent.
just a one, like it was just a boom boom. We're back to the original thing, innit? I
100%.
understand it. I understand it. Don't agree, but I understand it. But
Hundred
for a
percent.
girl to do that, it means that emotionally she's left you, bro. As in
She's left you.
that decision that she
Checked out.
made, she's gone against the decision to say, nah, it's not you anymore, fam. Like it's done.
It's not you. That
Yeah.
risk I made on you when I could have had any other person.
She sold all of
Who
her shares, bro, into in the
she
company.
sold
She
them
sold
all.
all of yeah. She doesn't want to be part of the leadership team anymore, bro. Do you get it?
But I think we shouldn't like forget from like the women's side as well. It's I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's and I think maybe that's why I don't know. I'd love to know what the figures are of like women that stay with their partner after cheating and men that stay with their partner after cheating.
Oh, women will definitely be higher
100%.
because 100% because this is another thing in it. for dons, that is like the peakest level of like peakest level of disrespect in it.
Hundred
In terms
percent.
of this is what I'm saying. So for a don, you'd rather you'd rather your girl love someone else but not cheat and
Mm,
talk it out. But for a
mm.
girl, they'd rather them cheat but still love you. Do you get it?
Yeah, yeah. Because I think girls can look at another girl and be like, I know I'm better than her. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
whatever he did it because of like a
Yeah.
instinctive reason or whatever. But when a woman cheats on a guy, no matter what you tell me, no matter what you say to me, I know there's something about him which he
Him.
has,
There's something about
him
him. Yeah, there's something about
that
him.
he can
I
provide you that
simple.
I cannot. Like I
And to be fair
cannot.
though, let's not be naive also. To give credit where credit's due, to be honest, sometimes it is just a case of uh, 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 basically the guy lacked in the sense that it's not even necessarily that the guy's better, but it means that, so for example, let's say now you're doing X, Y, and Z for your partner in it, you're meeting her emotional needs in it, and then you
Mm,
stop doing that, and then someone else is just providing. He's filling the void, basically. It means that you've what's the word I'm looking for? It's like when you're not caring for something properly, where it's kind
nurturing.
of like you're not nurturing it properly, meaning you've fallen off basically. So it could be that
Mm,
in it. It could be a case whereby it's not necessarily the guy's better. Like she might even prefer you in it, but you've fallen off so badly, whereby
yeah.
that's the guy now that's providing those fundamental needs, which again can
Word,
happen in it.
word. 100%.
It can happen, but at the same time though, that's still, I think, for a guy. And to be fair, when it happens, it happens to a lot of dons even outside of like marriage and being an adult, like as a when you're younger in it, oh, the heartbreak is different, bro.
Different, different.
That's what I know from,
Because
because if you add the pressures of life as you mentioned, yeah, obviously
mm,
being a girl is also difficult in it. But I don't really know about that. All I can talk about is how it is being a don in it. It's
mm,
hard, bro. It's hard,
it's
bro.
hard.
This life thing is hard, bro. For a don, it's
Because
hard.
I just feel like men invest like a certain amount of like when you feel like you're rated, it's just it doesn't happen every other day. It's not
Hmm,
an everyday thing. Whereas
hmm,
women, it can happen whenever. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why I
hmm.
feel like they become numb to it. When a guy gets a DM, it hits him a bit more differently than when a girl
Hundred
gets a
percent.
DM.
No,
Because the
hundred
girls
percent, bro.
the girl's got many dicks. She doesn't give a toss now. But when a girl DMs a guy and it
Like
guys
that
like
makes his month,
she
bro. That makes his
his
month.
mom she didn't need to do that. She didn't need to do that. There's guys in her DMs that she could have gone to, but she came to you.
100,
And your DMs are empty. You can see that one request, and it's like,
100%.
bro,
Bro, do you know,
you.
I was even chatting to A about this, yeah.
Mm,
My one of my in the past year when I was with someone in the past year, I had
mm,
access to her Instagram in it. You'll know who I'm talking about in it. Starts with H in
yep,
it.
yep.
So I had access to her Instagram in it.
Mm.
Sean, if I was to tell you the DMs that I was seeing there, it was crazy. Like even people I knew, bro. I was thinking, swear, you as well. I didn't really say anything, but I was just like,
Mm.
as in, if you were to see the number of DMs that girls get, oh my days, bro.
They're
Like
not to it.
you wouldn't even believe it. Yeah, and she was even just like, it was kind of like a yeah, it was kind of like a yeah. I was like, is this what you man are dealing with? Say no more.
No word,
Swear.
word, word. Which is why, like, for her, it's like, why would I then just like commit to something? Like, you got to realize that if she's going for you, she's got
Yeah,
options,
yeah.
and
Hundred
she's
percent,
like,
100%,
she's invested in the market. She's
hundred
placed
percent,
she's placing the bread on Bitcoin, and
hundred
just like
percent.
she's
There's
just
other
like
cryptos. There's other
there's
cryptos. Do
other
you get it?
cryptos that are
But for the
lucrative.
Don, he inherited the Ethereum. He didn't have to, but he inherited the Ethereum. That's all he has, bro. He has to make sure it banks, bro. Do you get it?
It
So
bangs,
yeah.
it bangs. Word.
So
He's like, no matter what I've got, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it
simple.
work. So when you have to put that much into something
Hmm.
and then to lose it, it's like, oh, this is all I had. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's peak. It's peak.
This is
Because
all
that
I've had.
it's just real heartbreak, bro. Real heartbreak.
And
Real
that's why
heartbreak.
probably people end up staying to get like probably why I think even men do end up staying with their partners sometimes because it's like they don't have any other option. They're
True.
scared of the fact of not having
But
any other option.
the problem is, do you know, I was even watching a video one time, and they were saying that when a girl cheats, yeah, and the guy doesn't
Mm.
leave her, she loses respect. She can even lose more respect for a minute,
Oh yeah, it's long.
because it's
It's
like,
long.
yeah, it's like, how can
Yeah.
this guy, like, why is he still here? Do you get it?
No,
Like, why
no,
is he?
word. You actually
Like,
found it. I swear down.
yeah, that's done out. That's done out. Yeah, so she can
Nah.
even lose.
It's
which is
deep,
even
man.
worse, isn't it? Which is even worse.
And this is
But
just every day, man. This is going on every day. Someone right now is getting
right
cheated
now,
on.
yeah, right now,
Someone's getting cheated on right now. Someone's trying to make up right now. Someone's apologizing right now.
word,
Someone's like meeting the love of their life for the first time right now. Do you get what I'm
simple,
saying? And every day decisions are made,
simple.
and you don't know the outcome of it, but it's just a risk.
Nah,
And
word,
sometimes you got to take the risk. You got to take the risk, and you got to hope it's worth it.
nah,
And
word.
I think once like both parties start to realize the risk that has gone into, I think sometimes you need to actually say that with your partner and be like, "Do you know the risk I've taken to be here?" Do you know what I'm saying? I'm putting everything on the
Nah,
line.
sure, there's a risk, bro. Like
Everything
I
is
put
on
all
the
of
line
I
for
went
me.
fully, I went all in, bro. On the book
All
counter,
in,
all in, bro. No
all in.
backups
I
now,
put it.
bro.
I put it all in black. I'm
Simple.
hoping. I'm hoping, but it's tough. It's tough.
Nah, word,
And that's not
word.
to say women don't go through it. Obviously, if there's
100%.
any
They do, yeah.
women listening to this, tell us, because at the end of the day, we're mere mortals. We're just men.
Simple.
I don't know the perspective of on the other side. Do you get what I'm saying?
True.
So if we miss something, let us know in it. But
100%.
yeah, nah, that was a good one. This one did not expect
Simple.
it.
Neither, to be
these,
honest.
these ones are philosophical though. Like
Nah,
you
word.
can go all day on these sort of topics because if you start deepening it too much, yeah, that's what makes people like start to overthink
Yeah, no, word.
the
You start
paragraph.
overthinking too much because you can overthink these stuff, you know.
Nah, word. And sometimes ignorance is just bliss. You just stay. Check. I think honestly, checking in with your partner is the most important thing because, like you
Hmm.
said, like the emotion when people cheat emotionally, it's because you haven't checked in. Sometimes
Yeah.
it seems silly, but even I do it now. Every now and again, I'm just like, is everything good? Like we good. Is there anything that you want to do that we haven't done in a while? Or like even like just little things
Man,
because
like, go should I see with a shout, bro?
no, for
That's what
real.
it's.
Like,
Yeah.
even like I asked her. I remember I said to her, and I was like, "Oh, is there anything like activities you want to do, anything like that?" And she was like, "Oh, a date night would be nice."
I'm
And I
gonna
was
steal that
because
one still. I'm gonna
now
steal that
quickly
one still.
because
I'm not sure.
word because I'm deep in it. I was like, when she said it, I was like, because how busy life is. It's not like I've not thought to take her on a date, like just a date night, but I actually did. I was like, bro, I actually haven't been on one in time. But that's just because we're busy. She
Yeah.
works weekends, I work weekdays. So when the stars do align perfectly, sometimes it's like it's nice we just see each other. But then
Right.
it's nice every now and again, do this, do that. Just check in, quick one. Because once you show that person that you're open to
Hmm.
criticism,
Hmm.
they're more likely to be like, oh, okay, I don't need to be fearful of saying this because it's going to hurt his feelings. Do you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Tell
Hmm.
me what's wrong. I'd rather hear that and we work on it than act as if everything's calm. Do you get what I'm
Do you know
saying?
one thing I will say? Yeah. One thing I will say in defense of the girls, in it, in defense of in their defense, yeah, which is also a problem. Basically, it's like you see the things that these ones expect, yeah, that all the
Mm,
females expect. They're easy to do in it. They're easy to do, but at the same
mm.
time, they're also easy not to do in it. So it's kind of like just
100%.
showing those, like how you mentioned. It's easy to just say, "Oh, is there anything that you want to do that we haven't done yet?" Like, it's easy to do that, but it's also
Yeah,
easy to not do that. And then when you don't do it, it becomes a problem in it.
for
So
real.
it's like those little effort showing things in it. It's those
Yeah,
little things that
like you said,
keep you in the game, bro. Those they keep you in the game, bro.
it's communication. It's a quick
Yeah,
one.
yeah. It's quick
Communication.
communication.
Team talks need to happen. You need to
That has
check
to
in with the
happen, bro.
team and see what it's saying because sometimes when you don't check in with the team, that's when it starts to get inefficient in certain parts of the business.
Word.
This and once you just have that one conversation, you've had the team talks at work, John. Your whole
100%.
team talk, uh, basically. And once you have those conversations, when people express what's wrong, the
Yeah.
whole operation moves smoother, and you
Word.
keep going. You get what I'm
It's true.
saying?
It's true. It's true.
So no, 100%.
Man,
But
like life, fam. Man, like Goshen.
life, yeah, nah. Like we say, if it was easy,
Everyone could do it, fam. Anyone could do it.
100%. Nah, but I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna have to
Say no more,
cut.
fam.
Word,
I'll shout
perfect.
you in it.
Say no more. Shout in a bit.
In a bit.